Hey guys. So, I'm filming like 4 videos today and I didn't do my hair and I'm wearing my pajamas. It's like a pajama dress because it's finally hot here. Yay. I'm sure I'll get over it really fast and really hate the heat, but it's good for now. I haven't been doing my budget updates, as you may have noticed, and that is because my budget is crazy this month. I'm pretty much doing well on it. It's just that I constantly am having expenses, and I knew in advance that I'd probably have to dip into the emergency fund for moving expenses and stuff like that, just temporarily. And so it's basically been a big game of catch up the whole month. So I'll make money and I'll pay like my utilities, but then I'll end up having to pay for something for moving. So I take that out of the emergency fund until I make more money, and then I refill the emergency fund, and then I pay bills with whatever is left. So it's just too crazy right now, and that's probably when it would be most interesting for you guys. But I'm keeping track of it in my mind, which is dangerous. And I mean, like, every day I have a day off, which is rare. Every time I have some downtime, I should say. So like after my shift of work at night, I will look at all of my bank accounts, add up all the totals, make sure everything is on track. So yeah, it's too chaotic right now. I've paid my deposit for my new apartment, $697.50. So my rent is going up $50. Ugh, $51 to be specific. $51.50 to be really specific. Which sucks, but because it's like I'm going into a smaller place, so it sort of sucks, but it's what I'm doing with my life, and it's a great place, and it's where I want to be, so balances out in the worth it category. Because a 1 bedroom, it was really hard to find anything cheaper than that, and I'm moving out, so that's how much it costs in LA, which is a bummer, but I can definitely make an extra $51.50 work every month. I can do that. It's no problem. And for my boyfriend, it's huge because he's been paying, that's like half what he's been paying every month. It's ridiculous how much he's been paying for rent, and he can't afford it. He's an actor too. He can't. So this move is definitely overall beneficial for us as a unit. So it's good. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I paid the deposit with my tax refund. I ended up having a tax return, which is funny because I was finally actually doing my payments in advance, but because I had my serving job, all my taxes were already paid, so I paid too much. So I got money back, which was pretty much almost the exact amount of the deposit, which is cool. So that almost didn't affect me at all, but it did come out of my emergency fund at first until I received the tax return, but I already got it, so everything's back to normal. And I had to pay for renter's insurance, and of course I paid in full, which wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $180. I could have done it cheaper, but I decided to do earthquake protection because I feel like it's LA, and haven't we been waiting on a really bad earthquake for a really long time, so I feel like that's important. If I'm going to do renter's insurance, that's one of the main things I want it for. But this is definitely one of the cheapest renter's insurance companies. I tried to go just through State Farm because they're already my insurance for my car stuff, and they're pretty cheap for me. But they had a more expensive plan, and that didn't work for me. So renter's insurance I paid for. I also bought some frames for my boyfriend. He has this really cool Batman artwork that he wanted to frame, and he was worried about it getting damaged in the move and stuff like that, so I figured it was better to get it done in advance. Plus I kind of wanted to commandeer the frame buying process so I can make them frames I like. Because I assume he just would have gotten some like standard black frames, and I don't really like black frames. So I was able to find this like distressed gray frames that were on sale at Michael's for $9 a piece for 16 by 20 frames. So I spent like $35 and I got 4 frames. And they look awesome and he loves them. So I think that was a good call. And I know he is hiring movers because it's his furniture that we're moving now and none of mine pretty much, or anything of mine that we're taking can fit in my Prius, which is cool. Sorry if this video is super shaky. What else budgeting wise? What else did I spend money on? Oh, I spent money on registering my cat as a service animal. That was, I think, $90. And again, I don't feel any, like, he is a service animal. I was depressed when I got him, and I'm not depressed anymore. And I think it was directly related. I don't think I'm actually, like, lying in any way. So I want to make that clear so people aren't, like, calling me out for that. I just haven't registered him as one because it was unnecessary. And so it's nothing, like, morally gross, in my opinion. And the same is true for the other cat, so for my boyfriend. Yeah. So moving expenses are crazy, and we're pretty much just keeping track of what we're doing now, and maybe at the end we'll do some big crossover exchanging of funds, or maybe the stuff I've spent money on will just balance out with the cost of the movers. We'll see what happens. I also covered all of the application fees we had, so that was over $100 for application fees. So it's all gonna balance out in the end. It'll be great, and then we'll move in, and then I'll go immediately to Florida to see my sister get married. I actually might keep my cat at this apartment with my roommates while I'm out of town, though, because I know the cats aren't gonna get along at first, and I don't want him to have to be dealing with that alone, especially because right now he is a little unhappy with his living situation because his roommate booked a job and is out of town most of the time, and he's been taking care of the dog and cat that she has. And that's a lot of work, and he's getting no compensation for it, and he pays way more rent than her, and it's just sort of an unfair situation. I shouldn't be sharing somebody else's stuff on social media. I should not be. Pretend I didn't say that. Like, she's very nice, and it's just an unfortunate situation because she doesn't have anybody to take care of her pets, and he's there. So I just don't want to immediately throw him into another situation like that by going out of town and leaving my cat behind. And then my roommates love the cat, like, he's theirs too. So, yeah, it will be great. So yeah, that's why I haven't had budget updates this month. I'm sorry. And I also... there will be a weird transition period once I do move because I don't have my desk anymore, or I won't have my desk anymore. So I don't know how I'm going to be filming things. I don't know where I'm going to be filming things. We'll see what happens. It'll be great. Yay! Maybe I'll just start filming in my car. Maybe I'll start filming walking down the street in my awesome new neighborhood. Much better than this neighborhood. I'm going to have streets that have curbs. It's very exciting. Okay, I've rambled at you guys long enough. That was just my little budget update on why I'm not updating you on my budget. Yeah.